Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV Baba Gagide Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. 133 million Nigerians living in poverty, FG. Nasarawa state government empowers 50 women with 2 goats each. IGP warns officers against destabilizing community policing. Dollar may crash to 200 naira, EFCC chairman. Nigeria's unity non-negotiable if Ohaneze, Sultan Zulum orders. Ekiti security outfit Amotekun parades suspected fraudsters. Police rescue 8 passengers, speak on reported involvement of others. And to foreign story, Ghana disowns advisory against travel to Abuja. And on sports, go for victory against Portugal. Pesero charges Super Eagles. Now the news in detail. The federal government has disclosed that 63% of persons within Nigeria, 133 million, are living in poverty. The figure was presented during the launch of Nigeria's Multidimensional Poverty Index MPI survey in Abuja on Thursday. It was conducted by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), the National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Office (NASCO), the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP), the United Nations Children's Fund (UNICEF), and the Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative (OPHI). Daily Trust report that the measure used to calculate the figure was based on Multidimensional Poverty Index (MPI), with 5 components of health, living standard, education, security, and unemployment. The survey, which sampled over 56,000 households across the 36 states of the Federation and FCT, conducted between November 2021 and February 2022, states that 65% of the poor, 86 million people, live in the north, while 35%, nearly 47 million, live in the south. It identifies Sokoto State as having the most poverty levels across states, with 91%, while Ondo State has the lowest, with 27%. Speaking at the event, President Muhammadu Buhari said the index was adopted because it provides ways poverty could be identified and tackled with policies. Buhari was represented by his Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari. Moving on to the next story from Nasarawa State. Nasarawa State has empowered 50 female goatheads with 100 goats to enhance their economic independence and contribute to the growth and development of the state. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Ajia Aisha Rufai Ibrahim, presented the goat to the beneficiaries in Lafia on Wednesday. She said the gesture further demonstrated the government's determination to empower women to enhance their capacity and socio-economic statuses. She explained that the empowerment became expedient after the Federal Ministry of Women's Affairs and trained the women in animal husbandry in collaboration with the state government. On October 14th, all of you participated in training on animal husbandry to equip you with the knowledge and skills to rear and manage goats within your environment. After the training, the ministry felt it was necessary to support you to practice the knowledge and skills you acquired at the training, she told the beneficiaries. Rufai Ibrahim said the state government was committed to ensuring the success of the program and enjoined the beneficiary to reciprocate the government's gesture by rearing the animals. Moving to the next story, according to policing. The Inspector General of the Nigeria Police Force, Usman Baba Al-Kali, has warned community policing officers to desist from destabilizing the process of engaging the community in policing Nigeria. The Nigeria Police Force boss also clarified that there is a difference between community police officers and regular policemen. The IGP was represented by the Deputy Inspector General in charge of Southwest, DIG Babatunde Kokumo, gave the warning on Wednesday in Lagos at a workshop for stakeholders in community policing. The police chief also explained that the community police officers were recruited under the supernumerary police provisions of the Nigeria Police Act and were expected to voluntarily serve their community by complementing the Nigeria Police in guaranteeing community safety. The police boss said is vital as we have of recently recorded incidences in which such community policing officers misconstrued their status and the limitations of the authorities and functions to embarrass the federal government and the force by advancing unjustifiable requests or behaving in an unruly manner. He advised that they should also continue to operate within the limits of their privileges, as the force leadership will continue to isolate and firmly deal with any of them that attempt to destabilize the implementation process and gains of the community policing initiative of the federal government. Moving to the next story. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdùctørs Bawa, has said the dollar might drop to 200 naira after the redesigning of naira. Bawa stated this in an interview with the Abdùctørs DW Hausa service, saying President Muhammadu Buhari did well to approve the redesigning. He said the law says the redesigning of naira notes should be done every 8 years, but we spent 20 years without any changes on them. And that resulted to 85% of money are in circulation, not in banks. When CBN came up with these redesigning, dollar moved to 880 and later dropped to 680 or thereabouts. So you see, with this redesigning, dollar may massively fall. Who knows, probably to 200 naira. The EFCC chair also said there is no any political motive behind the idea and called on Nigerians to report any person with siphoned monies. There is no political motives in this. Some people siphoned and hid public funds. That is why we want them to bring them out, and nobody says they should not bring them. What government says is let them deposit such money in the banks. We assure Nigerians that we are always ready to receive reports of any persons with suspicious hidden money, and if investigated to be true, we will give 5% of the money to them, he added. Moving to the next story. Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide has said that Nigeria's unity would be non-negotiable if the present political leaders will be all-inclusive in their decisions. The chairman, Council of Elders of the Socio-Cultural Group, Chief Emmanuel Nwayamu, stated these are the third Igbo Nsukka Zik Annual Merit Award in Abuja with the theme, Nigeria of our dreams, possibilities, challenges and realities. Our leaders who spoke at the event included former governor of Enugu State, Okwelize Owodo, Sultan of Sokoto Alhaji Sahad Abubakar III, wife of late Nnamdi Azikiwe Uche Azikiwe, and governor of Borno State Babagana Umara Zulum. According to Nwayamu, secession is never an option. Everybody is thinking of being large or big. Nigeria today is a large area of about 200 million people. Whatever you're doing, if you are a businessman, then you have a market for 200 million people. Why you want to break it and go to a smaller place? So I think that all these people talking about secession should please think about it. I am a father and also the chairman of Council of Elders, so I'm talking as a father that we should work towards peace. From that story we go to the next story coming from Ekiti State. 5 suspected fraudsters have been arrested at Ikere Ekiti. The Ekiti State Security Outfit Commandant Brigadier General Joe Komolafe has confirmed. The commandant described the alleged culprits as serial fraudsters who dupe people. General Komolafe said their modus operandi is that they will call you, tell you they have seen vision for you, for your life to be okay. Go and bring this, go and bring that. They dupe people to the extent that the victims are threatened that they would lose every member of the family. My colleague in Ogun State put a call to me that one of the people staying in Abeokuta in Ogun State was duped to the tune of about 2.5 million naira or thereabout by some group in Ikere Ekiti, Ekiti State, threatening to kill him, that I should please assist. He said it was at that point his men started to trace the alleged fraudsters at Ikere Ekiti, and God gave them success. According to him, here we are. 5 of them were arrested in their shrines at Ikere. We were able to destroy part of the shrines and brought some to our office. We are engaged in thorough investigation to get more of such suspects. These are not the only people. They are just a fraction of the people we are looking for in the state. There was a time we went to Atikokon to arrest some of them. Moving to the next story. The police in Cross River State have secured the release of 8 of the 9 travelers abducted on Ogoja-Ikom Highway on Tuesday. Spokesperson of the Cross River State Police Command, SP Irene Ugbo, spoke with the news agency of Nigeria. Ubo, who spoke in Calabar on Wednesday, said before the rescue of the 8th, the 9th traveler had managed to escape from the abductors. She also dismissed the insinuation that the attack was carried out by herdsmen. She said 8 of the victims are now in safe hands while the 9th person escaped. Reports that the kidnapping was carried out by the herdsmen are untrue. It was purely an armed robbery incident. The Commissioner of Police in the state, Sule Bararabe, who confirmed the abduction of the passengers on Tuesday, could not give a specific number of victims on the day of abduction. Balarabe had immediately deployed a tactical team, including men of the anti-kidnap squad, to the area. An eyewitness had also told NAN on Tuesday that 9 persons were abducted by the gunmen on the highway between Okomita and Unyaga communities near Calabar. Moving to the foreign story within Africa, as said earlier, Ghana has denied issuing a travel advisory to its citizens to keep away from Abuja, the capital of Nigeria. A notice circulating since Wednesday evening bears the name and logo of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. It indicated that Nigeria asked some hotels to close, citing the directive by local authorities to hotels operating in residential buildings to shut down. The ministry allegedly said there was a high danger of terrorism, criminality, intercommunal conflicts, armed attacks, and kidnappings. In a rejoinder tweeted Thursday morning, the government declared the statement unauthorized. The purported warning followed similar advisories by the United States, United Kingdom, Ireland, Canada, Germany, and others since October. To end the world news is a sports story. Super Eagles manager Jose Peseiro has called on the 3-time African champions to show golf, grit, and gumption by aiming for victory over host Portugal in today's prestige international friendly in Lisbon. Both countries' A squad go for each other's jugular at the 50,000 capacity Estadio Jose Alvalade in what is the 4th senior international clash between them, as from 6:45 p.m. Portugal time, 7:45 p.m. Nigerian time. Sincerely, I am wishing that this is a FIFA World Cup group stage match, because I tell you, that is the level at which Nigeria should be playing. Even though that is not the case, our objective is to go out there and win. It is good that we are playing the big games. I am enamored by that because this is good for the team and it will sharpen the team to achieve our goal of winning the next Africa Cup of Nations. We also have the opportunity to test a number of players. Peseiro asked 23 players to pick from in what is perhaps his biggest test since resuming as Nigeria's manager in the summer. Goalkeepers Maduka Okoye, Francis Uzoho, and Adebayo Adeleye are in Lisbon, just as defenders William Ekong, Chigozie Awazin, Kelvin Akpoguma, Kelvin Bassi, Theron Eboyi, Bruno Onyemiachi, Bright Osai Samuel, and Ebubeduru. That ends the world news. Before we go, some quick headlines. 133 million Nigerians living in poverty, FG claims. Nasarawa state government empowers 50 women with 2 goats each. IGP warns officers against destabilizing community police. And on sports, go for victory against Portugal. Peseiro charges Super Eagles. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Babagagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawa. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just to be